Hi learners, Saregama India Limited was a 118-year-old music company. It was on a growth trajectory. Its third quarter financial results in 2017-18 had shown extraordinary growth. This video illustrates how Saregama had converted its conventional copyrighted music into a high-quality digital formats and made a rare stretch from the B2B market into a B2C market. Indian consumers' hunger for entertainment was large and diverse as the country's population. PricewaterhouseCoopers forecasted that the industry's CAGR in India would reach 10.8% in 2021, which is more than that of the global growth rate of 4.2%. The value of the Indian media and entertainment market would grow from 27.3 billion US dollars in 2016 to 45.1 billion US dollars in 2021. Historically, music cassette has replaced vinyl records in the later half of the 20th century. By the year 2004 and 2005, digital era became a reality. A new revenue source was opened with the entry of OTT service providers like Gaana and Saavn. These OTT service provides content directly to viewers over the internet. OTT also has the benefit of being accessed anytime and anywhere. OTT is an exciting revenue earner for Saregama as well. In August 2000, recognizing the digital media was going to be the future, the firm Saregama first ventured into the digital space and launched HamaraCD.com. The company also strategically acquired marketing rights and licensing agreements from established labels in southern India. In addition to these, with a vision to establish itself as a holistic music company, Saregama acquired 42.85% of Music World. The company was renamed as Saregama India Limited in November 2000. The subsequent years were an era of IP acquisition of new and popular music. Between 2000 and 2005, the company expanded into developing TV content and merged a number of its international subsidiaries under Saregama India Limited. In 2005, Saregama was custodian of 3 lakh songs, 23,000 artists and 50,000 contracts. However, the volatility in the market and aggressive competition, compounded by changing consumer preferences, led the firm into a period of financial stress. In 2011, Mr. Sanjeev Goenka started managing the Saregama group. He knew that the success in the Indian market needed new and more efficient approaches. Hence, he turned to consulting firms like McKinsey and Boston Consulting Group for advice on how to lead this transformation. Moreover, Mr. Goenka appointed Mr. Vikram Mehra as MD of Saregama to lead the next phase of Saregama. Till that time, Saregama had experimented with a certain amount of B2C ventures like HamaraCD.com, while the Music World and others remained largely as B2B player. He found this very restrictive. Instead of remaining with the conventional and traditional approach of running music business, Mehra decided that a different track was needed. With Mehra's vision, Saregama surged ahead in a two-phased journey. In the first quarter of 2015, Saregama conducted a nationwide qualitative study across 23 Indian cities to determine the attitude of Indian consumers towards music and how they used it. The consumer insights that the company gained was pretty much interesting. It came out that the older people at the crowd age of 35 plus years are primarily the listeners of Kishore, Rafi, Lata kind of music. That customers were saying that it was very difficult for them to consume their music, for which they also explained that they don't use the apps which had those musics and they find them too complicated and they are not tech savvy. especially 35 plus years people living in Ludhiana, Kochi, Jabalpur or Munnar. These B-level city people are larger consumers of entertainment. These are the people who watches Star Plus TV shows daily. With this study, Mr. Mehra found three key insights that led him to conceptualize Saregama's possible offering. The first one is how customer wanted to access music. The second powerful insight had to do with the purpose of the music. And the third insight was how to access the target consumer. Thus, the mandate was clear that there was a large population of those who grew up in the 1980s and earlier, and now they crave for music that appealed them. But they wanted this to be an easy listening experience with minimum intervention or effort required from the customer to access them. The consumer insights were key to a revolutionary product that was targeted at the unmet needs of an untapped music market. The target customers were older consumers, 40 years of age or older, who were fond of music, but the targeted buyer was their children. In May 2017, Saregama had its largest product launch of Carvaan, a portable digital music player loaded with 5,000 evergreen Hindi songs. The product came in 6 retro colors and looked like a transistor radio from the 1970s. Mr. Mehra outlined the components of Carvaan as first, convenience. You just press a button and the music starts. No data connectivity, no internet speed, and no pirated content. The volume is at a particular level and you don't need to increase or decrease the volume for each song. Second is nostalgia. There is a reason why this is packed this way. The people who have grown up listening to transistors will remember Murphy's old transistor, hence this format. So they are selling nostalgia and convenience, but it is packed different so that the consumer is seeing the value. The Bluetooth and the USB feature are critical because it means that whenever your grandson or granddaughter is coming home, the Carvaan becomes your Bluetooth speaker. It tells that whatever a 65-year-old is buying can be used by their grandchildren as well. It just makes the product complete. The content fed into the product was backed by a large repository of data generated every month from its content played on YouTube, streaming applications, TV channels, and radio stations. Next, in October 2017, the company launched Carvaan Mini. This was launched in a lower price category, and it was positioned more as a Bluetooth speaker that was loaded with 251 of Saregama's biggest hits. This was priced around 2,000 rupees. In the early 2018, the company launched regional variants of Carvaan in Tamil, Bengali, and Marathi. The product was positioned as a nostalgia gift product and made use of the selective digital media such as YouTube to broadcast emotion-driven commercials. The product was sold through Saregama's 7,000 odd physical distribution outlets and on the Amazon portal. The company has sold 95,000 units in the first quarter of 2017-18, and by December 2018 they sold 1 million units of Carvaan, and they contribute almost half of Saregama's music revenue. Thank you everyone for watching this video. For more such interesting case studies, please subscribe 5 Minutes Learning channel in YouTube.